right here on KCWY on Sundays at 11 o'clock a.m. Pretty cool show. You need to check it out. But, you know, she's back in the studio. Going to be talking to Jason. I'm looking over there. It looks like candy and chocolate
and a special treat for Jason is what it looks like.
Bottom line, Jason, is it or is it not delectable?
Yeah, well, everything she's brought before has been good, and we're going to do sweet stuff today with Sheree. Let me ask you this. If you could cheat on your raw food for just one night and you could have a piece of candy, what's your favorite kind of candy? Like,
oh my gosh, I like Heath bars.
Heath bars? Yeah. So once in a great while, you'll do a Heath bar.
Or a peanut butter cup. Or could I have a Snickers? Or what about you were talking about Rolos.
Chocolate. Yeah, so chocolate. So do you hand stuff out at your house?
No, actually I'm hardly ever home. But when I do, it's usually boxes of raisins. Sure. Or the other thing, sometimes I do pennies. Like I let kids reach in and grab a handful of pennies.
Oh, they would dig that.
Yeah.
Except for some of them would eat them, but that's another problem. Well, today we're talking about sweets, and you think about raw food and vegan food, and you think you can't really do candy and sweet stuff. Everything Sheree has brought on this show that is sweet has been awesome. So what do you have for us today? Today
we're going to talk about sweets and how easy they are to make and how you don't have to have something that is really fat and sugar laden and so forth. So what we're going to do is start with two primary ingredients, and the things that I brought for you today are based on two things. Okay. Remember this, a dessert is made out of typically three characteristics: a fat, a sugar, and a flavor. Okay. So if you think about that, other than sorbet, which nobody thinks of as dessert. No. I mean, let's call a spade a spade. Right. So if we think about those things, what I'm going to do is deconstruct dessert and get you thinking about it in a new way. So. Okay. Let's start with the easiest thing we can, a 2-ingredient dessert that requires no preparation. You've probably got the ingredients at home in your cupboard, and if you don't, you should have. Okay. What we're going to do is we're going to start with dates. So I'm going to be making you stuffed dates. So I've already got the party started here, but I'm going to show you how I got to that point. So what I'm going to do is pick up a whole date. This is a medjool date, and a medjool is a variety of date. Okay. Like Macintosh is to apple and medjool is to date. So I'm going to just put the date, and the reason I picked medjool is they're big and juicy and wonderful. Okay. And I buy them with the pits still in them, because if I buy them with the pits out, they've gotten a little bit dry. Okay. And we don't want that. So here the date is on the plate now, and I'm taking this little butter knife so the kids can do this. There's no equipment required.
And there's no danger.
No danger. Yeah. I'm going to make a little incision. Okay. And then when I pull that open, there's a date pit inside. Okay. I'm going to take the pit and discard it, just put it off to the side here. And now I've got, remember, that's the sweet. Right. Now we've got a fat source for the dessert, and the fat source in this case, we can use nut butter. Usually I use nuts for my desserts, but a lot of times people have nut allergies or an aversion to nuts. So today I'm using a sunflower seed.
So that's usually safe.
It's very safe for most people. I mean, obviously you want to test it. If you have a nut issue, typically the seeds won't bother you. Right. But it would be something. I'm not suggesting that people run out and start taking big risks.
Now, I've never had this type of butter, so I'm looking forward to this.
It's really wonderful. So what I'm going to do, and I'll be nice to you and just put a little bit in there. We're just going to put a little bit of nut butter in there, or sunflower butter, and put that in there. Now, the other thing I can do if I wanted to dress that up, or if I wanted to do something a little bit different, or maybe make it a little bit easier to eat on the air, what we can do is open it, remove the seed, and then just simply put a nut inside. Okay. That way, so that's fresh. It's got a little bit less fat, but it's all wonderful. But that is indeed a nut. So I'll let you.
Before I met you, I'd never had a date. I'm 44 years old. I've never had
a date.
And they're really, no, that's the way it went.
What does your wife think about all that?
She's not surprised.
Right. So dates are very wonderful, fresh fruits. These are dried slightly, but yeah, isn't that great?
It tastes like a candy bar.
That's exactly right. And here's the other thing,
That's
Jason.
Awesome.
I can eat a whole sleeve of candy bars, but I cannot eat a whole sleeve of these. 2 of them and I'm good to go.
And it's healthy.
It's healthy, and you can dress it up a little bit.
I'm telling you guys, it tastes like a candy bar. Okay, they believe me.
It's awesome. If you want to dress it up, you sprinkle a little bit of coconut on the top. You could double up and do the nut butter and the date.
Oh, that's good.
You can put goji berries. You can do anything you want. So you can see there's a lot of flexibility with just 2 simple ingredients. Good for company. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. That was great.
Absolutely. Let's ramp it up now, and let's take the nut and date concept and add a little bit more. So we got nuts, dates. Now we're going to add a flavor. Okay. So what I did here was I made you some brownies. I've made 2 different flavors, a chocolate brownie and then more like a vanilla or a blondie. So nuts, dates, chocolate powder, pinch of salt. That's it.
That's it.
That's
Chocolate
it.
powder.
Chocolate powder.
So you're not getting any more sweeteners from the chocolate.
That's right. And I'm going to give you one that doesn't have I put raspberries on the top to break it up a little bit so it would look nice, but it's harder to eat that way.
Again, tastes like a candy bar.
Right. You can put frosting on it, and the frosting that I make is 3 ingredients: coconut butter, chocolate, and then something sweet like maple syrup or agave.
It's so good.
It's so easy. And
Okay.
that's the beauty of it. To make the vanilla version, instead of using walnuts and almonds and dates, I used macadamias, cashews, and dates. Same concept.
And now,
Now for the cocktail to follow.
let's get to this.
Yes, and I'm not saying that this necessarily goes perfectly with chocolate, but you know how I am about getting juice in the morning, and I saw that
Right.
you weren't drinking juice this morning. I've been watching the show.
I'd wake up the whole house if I did.
Yes, with the juicer.
Yeah, I would.
This is cucumber, celery, apple, lemon. There's a little bit of fennel and a tiny bit of asparagus in there.
Oh, and it's really good.
It's really yummy.
Jackie, is there any vodka back here we can put in this?
Doesn't it figure?
Ted's desk drawer.
You can teach them to fish, but yeah, whatever.
Well, Sheree, thank you so much, and everything you bring is always so good. Tell folks when they can see you, where they can find you on the internet.
What people want to do is watch KCWI on Sundays at 11 o'clock in the morning, and that would be to see Sheree Clark on Fork in the Road with Sheree Clark. You can log into my website to get the recipes. That would be www.fork-road.com. And then, of course, we're here every Thursday at 9:10.
That sounds wonderful. Now, we're going to switch gears here as Great Day rolls on. We're going to talk about women who shouldn't wear black. So you might want to stick around for
I
this.
may want to. Okay, I'll take that as advice.
Stay tuned. Great Day continues.